everybody. Thank you for being here today. So I'm going to do the blessing of the wine. You all may join in if you like. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem b'rei pri hagafen. Sorry, I stole his thunder. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'rei pri hagafen. Amen. I'm going to get the joy of having the first say.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Did you cut?
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Randy and I would like to thank all of you for coming to celebrate Staci and Brandon's wedding. We know that many of you came from long distances to be with us today, and we are thrilled that you could celebrate with us. We have been looking forward to this day for a long time. And we cannot believe this here, right? Staci and Randy did an amazing job playing this event, and without their efforts, this day could not have taken place and gone as smoothly as it has. It only took a couple of hundred phone calls every day, an endless list, but clearly it was worth it. In addition, we'd like to thank some of the other people who helped make this day a success. Our Rabbi, Ari Sunshine, and Chazan Sarah Geller, who came from Maryland to officiate the ceremony. And we had many family and friends who made their unique contributions towards the wedding. Finally, we'd like to thank Bonnie and David for raising such a wonderful son and for being so well. Staci. We're extremely proud of the beautiful woman Staci has become. From a young age, she served as a great role model to her 3 younger siblings. Through her job as a nurse, it is clear that she's a strong, intelligent, and dedicated person. We're always in disbelief to hear about her stories from work and even how she is able to remain calm and confident while completing difficult tasks and stressful and life-threatening situations. Even though she lives here in Pennsylvania, we are thrilled that we're able to visit each other on a somewhat regular basis, and usually with Brandon and her dog Winston by her side. Staci, we wish you all the best as you begin your new life with Brandon. An important test in the relationship was what the rest of the family thought about Brandon, and we know that in our family, it sure is a lot of people to impress. Still, from the time we all met Brandon, we immediately liked him and knew he fit right in. Melissa, Jonathan, and Rebecca even joked with Staci about how much Brandon is like Jonathan. They already consider Brandon to be like another brother, and there are no holdbacks on joking and teasing. Randy and I saw how Brandon and Staci interacted and knew that the relationship was very special. Staci and Brandon light up when they are together, have similar values, and genuinely respect one another. We could not ask for more as we welcome Brandon into our family. It also doesn't hurt that he makes the best guacamole. It is crazy to think that the day Brandon decided that he had enough with J-Date, he had logged on to end his membership. However, stopped when he saw Staci's information pop up as a possible match for him. Rather than sign off, he contacted her and they started dating the weekend she moved to Delaware. It has been a joy to see how the relationship has progressed and how much they have impressed us, especially when Brandon drove with Winston from Pennsylvania to our home to ask our permission to propose to Staci. It was a very brave thing for him to do. Now, Brandon and Staci, we are excited to see you both grow as a couple, and I want to leave you with a little advice that was given to Mom and me as we completed the ketubah signing at our wedding. The Rabbi offered us a piece of wisdom, which I remember to this day as though it were yesterday. He said, love each other a little more than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. It is very good advice that I offer to both of you. Now let's get back to celebrating. L'chaim.
Staci and Brandon, today has been amazing and I'm so happy that I could be a part of your special day. You both look so happy and honestly have looked that way since the first time I saw you both together. It was easy for me to notice when I heard you both talk or when I saw you look at each other. And there was a sense of comfort there that made it easy for all of us to be ourselves around Brandon. It seems that this feeling of comfort I felt in being myself remains the same today, as you will see as I complete my speech. And please excuse me because I won't be holding back as I share a little something about the two lovebirds sitting over here. Adam, could you please help me out? Now this is a story all about how my sister Staci ended up in a wedding gown. And I'd like to take a minute just sit right there. I'll tell you a power couple men becoming the perfect pair. Near West Philadelphia, not born or raised, Staci moved there to spend most of her days chilling out, maxing and relaxing, all cool, hanging with her dog Winston or laying by the pool. When she would meet guys, none seemed to be good. They couldn't be found in her neighborhood. Mom had a solution that she knew she should share. Said, "You're getting a JD to count," and signed up right there. Staci knew she wanted someone charming and clever. She was excited when she met Brandon from Westchester. They talked for a week and set up a date. After dinner at BBC Tavern, they knew it was fate. Got to meet Brandon, there was no disagreement. Between the two of them, there was a lot of chemistry. We got to learn more about him over dinner. From then on, we knew she should keep around this winter. A week before Thanksgiving, just past 3 o'clock, I got the call that he proposed with the rock. Let's toast their love, this new husband and wife. To Staci and Brandon, I wish you the happiest life. I can't say I can live up to that without a rap, but I wrote something else and I'm so glad we all could be here to celebrate Staci and Brandon's wedding. Staci, how did this happen? You found your perfect guy. You look beautiful in your dress, and Brandon, you look handsome in your tux and tie. I couldn't wait for now to celebrate your special day. I hope you have tons of fun and dance the night away. You're an awesome older sister, and I couldn't be more thankful for you, even though when I was little, you may have pranked me a time or two. I guess it was your job because you were the oldest, but I'm 7.5 years younger. I bet you just didn't notice. You taught me a lot of lessons in how to be tough, like when you taught me how to do the splits. Boy, was that rough. You told me it was easy, just stand with my legs one in front of the other. Right after, you pushed me all the way down. Man, did that hurt like a mother. I wouldn't have ever done it without your loving sisterly help. That was just one of your many kind actions, but in my heart, the thoughtfulness was felt. How about when I was 7? You swore you could kick your head over my leg. Your leg over my head. You made me let you do it, and in a second, we were lying on the ground as if we were dead. You're truly one of a kind and very special to me. Without you, I can't imagine how my life would be. I wish you both the best in this life you're starting together. If you ever need anything at all, I'm sure it would be Brandon's pleasure. Brandon, let me tell you, you're a very brave man. I can tell that for sure because you agreed to marry into this band. I'm extremely honored to be your sister-in-law. When I heard you propose, I was filled with awe. There's no one I trust more with my sister's heart. I'm glad it's you who came into our family and has already played a huge part. Staci, it's crazy you're no longer a Godfrey after all these years. So to a new, happy and healthy marriage, good luck and cheers.
So less than a week ago, I still hadn't written this speech because I love to procrastinate, which I got from my big brother and my father and everyone. So Brandon, the guy sitting here, if you didn't know him already, you should meet him, he's a great guy. He told me via text message to write a speech for the big guy in the room that I love a lot. Assuming that I would realize that he was referring to himself. And so here I begin. Daddy. Happy Father's Day. I really appreciate all that you do for me and my lesser siblings, and I hope that you celebrate this holiday well with this wonderful open bar outside. And now, I'm not completely stupid, although maybe a little bit, and I realize that this speech is actually meant to be about my big brother, Brandon. So in order to give a speech about Brandon, I first need to give 3 stories about him. First, when Brianna and I were born, 4-year-old Brandon had the brilliant idea to name one of us yes, and the other one no. After all, if people can name their children granola, or Brett, Brandon, Brianna, in this day and age, they should surely be able to name them yes and no. And unfortunately, my parents squashed that idea pretty quickly, and instead allowed Brandon to name his goldfish, may they rest in peace, yes and no. The next story is when I was in 4th grade and we had to call my dad's patients for some reason on behalf of his practice. Brandon was calling from the kitchen and I was screwing around in my room with my remote-controlled fart machine that I got from Florida instead of doing my work because I like to procrastinate a lot. And unfortunately, the speaker for that machine was under Brandon's chair and decided to let rip a huge fart while he was on the phone with a patient, thus requiring Brandon to apologize for himself and then forcing him to chase me around the house, screaming about how he's going to murder me, which he obviously didn't have the basin to do. And the final story is that one day, as Brandon was in late elementary school or in early middle school, we were messing around in my dad's office on one weekend afternoon, and we decided to screw around with his phone and press random numbers. As it turns out, we called the police, who then came to our house to yell at my brother and I. Unfortunately for Brandon, I hid under my bed, and it would have taken a search and recovery mission to find me. So Brandon took the full brunt of the police and my parents' wrath. So whether picking me up from a sorority party at 4 a.m., taking a hit from me for the police when we prank called them accidentally, or opening my eyes to the wondrous world of sushi, my brother has been there for me and my family through its ups and downs, and I hope that your marriage to Staci will be as happy as my memories of growing up with you have been. Jewish mysticism teaches us that we are each born with half a soul, and that we strive to find the other half during our lives to make ourselves complete once again. You two complete and complement each other, and I'm so happy to have you join my family, Staci. Finally, so we're gonna do a poll real fast. Has everyone seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Raise your hand if you have, actually. So you all know how at the end, her parents buy them a house? Yeah? I mean, I'm too poor, so I'm not gonna do that. So instead, I'm gonna give them a few blessings. So, I hope for the best, and I hope that you two in your lives have parnasah, wealth, simcha, happiness, briut, health, and even some Jewish Yiddishkeit to help you two complete each other even further and to help your new lives together. Mazal tov. And now, everyone raise your glass. We all have, we're all good. To Brandon and to Staci Krasner.